Hi guys, I'm Mariah.
I'm Carlos.
This is my brother.
That's my sister.
We're starting a podcast, so come follow us.
We're trying. Thank you. Because
Oh, we're starting already?
yeah, I mean, it's recording now, so.
Okay, I know. I can.
Mariah, this is my sister. She wants to start doing podcasts with me. She wants to
Hi, guys.
be more active on social media, you know, doing YouTube and stuff.
Follow me at LoveBombMC on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
So basically, we're just going to sit here and she's going to get comfortable with being on the camera and we're just going to be talking, vibing, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I know, I got nervous a little. I did get nervous a little bit.
We have to work on who's gonna be when we're trading off talking, you know, because we both talk a lot.
Yeah.
We both talk a lot. Me and her both talk a bunch. So
I'm the smarter one, though.
we have to learn on how we're gonna hand off the talking as we're doing this. But yeah, we just want to come on here and talk about anything like life, self-growth, health, you know, all types of different things, just life stories, everything, because we both talk a lot.
A lot. I think we'll figure it out, like, just having regular conversation. Like, obviously, we're going to interrupt if, like, we feel some type of way. Like, if I feel strongly about something or you feel strongly about something. And then, but just, like, kind of common courtesy. Like, when you're done, I'll go, you go after me kind of thing. I don't know.
It's funny because we had a bunch of stuff we were just talking about before we started the camera. And now that the camera's on, like, it's just like, okay, what do we talk about now? But I guess it just kind of naturally just happens. You work your way into it.
Yeah, we were having some good conversation. I was like, dang, we should have saved all that for the podcast, but it just kind of happened, and we got into some stuff. He made me cry with some of his videos. I was like, no, I'm trying to look good on the podcast. Stop it. So I had to touch up a little bit.
I feel like when it comes to doing this, like, you just got to be comfortable and just talk and be yourself and work your way into it. And kind of just forget that the camera's there, you know, because it'll change your conversation. And before, you know, like, the camera's on, you also think about, like, the gaps, you know, whenever you're talking about something, you're doing a podcast and you're talking about certain stuff. Like, you don't want there to be any gaps where, like, okay, what do you want to talk about next? That shouldn't happen, right? You always have to have something to talk about. So, I don't know, like, I guess the vibes just are natural, you know, they have to be natural.
And I feel like there's a lot to talk about, but right now I'm struggling on where to look. Like, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking over here, looking at me, but I guess I'll get comfortable along the way. We got to come up with a name.
I'll turn that on.
We're trying to get some ambiance going, a nice little background. I'm like, I want a whole podcast room. I want the whole shebang. Like, that's my goal. Actually, you know, there's a place in, like, I think Riverbank where you could go and rent a room to record in.
Really?
Yeah.
In Riverbank?
I don't know what it's called. I have to look. I got to ask one of my friends, but yeah, they have, like, a studio where you could go and make videos, so you don't have to create your own space.
That's super cool.
Do that.
That's cool.
Check that out.
It's different that's out here because no one really does that type of stuff out here. No one's really.
Imagine having a space to do that, just renting out studio for, like, recording time.
I bet you can make a lot of money. I would imagine a lot of those are out, like, in LA and stuff like that.
Yeah, but out here you wouldn't think that there'd be a lot of that. But yeah, we have one. We gotta check it out for sure.
Look at our forks, our mic holders. This is what we're using to hold our mics for now. They're just plastic forks. That way we could hold them.
It's a knife, butter knife.
A plastic butter knife. But I feel like when you hold the mic closer to your mouth, it sounds better compared to if you have it here. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference, but as I'm talking, right, I'm looking straight into the camera. With the mic right here, it sounds different compared to, like, if I get it and I hold it and I have it right here. We really wanted to use these mics, but I need to understand how to use those types of mics. You get what I'm saying? You need to learn how to get comfortable and just keep talking.
I know. I'm like, it'll flow. I'm just like trying to get comfortable a little bit. So I'm scared.
For me, it don't bother me.
After a while, you know, like, I don't know what I want to talk about yet. We were talking about a lot of things. I don't want to talk about those things on here yet, though, you know, because it's stuff I'm still learning about. So
topics like stuff you've been through, you know, or we're just talking about, like, stuff you would do, like, if you won $1 million, right? Like, what would be the first thing you would do if you won $1 million? Like, what would be your first purchase? Would you know, $1 million is a lot of money, but it ain't at the same time, because if it goes in the wrong hands, it goes in a poor person's hands that don't know how to spend the money, you know, it's going to end up right in the same hands. And they say that if you give the money and spread the money evenly across the world to everybody, it's always going to end up back in the same hands you know what I'm saying? And the wealthy people.
It's kind of scary, honestly, if you think about it. I don't know what my first purchase would be. We were talking about, like, I was like, man, if we blow up on social media, I'm gonna go get my teeth done, and, like, I want to look good, you know, you look good, feel good, you know. I mean, I like my smile and all, but
If you want to clip, this button right here will clip the last minute. So if you want any clips, this right here, insert, you could click that and it'll clip the last minute of whatever happened.
I'll do it right now. That I was like, oh, I'll look.
So basically, like, it's easier to pull your clips out. That way you're not scrubbing through the whole entire video. You just click this.
Oh, I like that.
Boom. And that's a clip. And it
what
goes.
Is it on Twitch? Like, clip that.
Twitch clip that too. That works.
Oh, it works on here too?
Yeah, but we have it on. No one has came in here yet, but it's okay.
How do you know when?
Yeah, no, people will come, and honestly, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, as a streamer, I think a lot of people get it like twisted. They get it mixed up. Like, they think they're gonna turn on the stream and they sit here and wait for people to come. You have to turn on your stream and have a YouTube video planned. What do you think people want to pull up and stare at you? This is what streaming. You have to have something going on.
A plan. I wanted like a layout, but that's my problem. Like, kind of OCD. Like, I wanted like topics. Like, what are we gonna talk about? What are we gonna do? And like, I think that's why I haven't started my own podcast, because I'm so worried about like what I'm gonna say and planning it out. And like Carlos was like, let's wing it. Like, let's just go talk. Like, we'll make it work. So I'm like, have a little like anxiety, because I'm like, okay, well, what if, like, I don't know what to talk about, but, you know, like he said, it's kind of like a natural flow for us, and just making clips and figuring out along the way, and like not worried about making it perfect, and just having conversation and like being here in the moment and like talking.
Yeah.
I could talk.
Nothing's gonna be perfect ever, you know, like, and I think a lot of people do that with themselves when they're like trying to get to their success story. They'd be like, I need to do all this and do that before I go and do that. Like, no, you just take the first step and go and do what it is that you need to do to get there, you know. Like, nothing's gonna be perfect at all ever. Having
a plan is important too, but like not looking too far ahead. Like, I just need these things. We have a mic, we have the camera. We needed that to start, so we're ahead in that. But like, not having to plan out so much. Like, you know, like just small steps, like what do we have in front of us that we could get done now, do it, and then what can we change, what can we fix, and then, you know, just switching it along the way, instead of like, it has to be perfect from here, boom, like in 10 videos, like we need to be able to do this. Like, I think that overwhelms me and makes me not want to make videos, but this is like the natural flow is kind of working for me. I kind of like it.
No, game plans are always good. They say that like a dream without a plan, or like a game plan to get there, is just in the air. So you could have a dream to do something, but if you're not laying out like on paper or journaling, you know, journaling is very important, you know.
I use my notes a lot.
We journal. Look, I'm gonna show you.
I have I use the journal app on my phone lately, and I use my notes app. Like, I have different little journals too. See, like my game plans, stuff that I write about. And in this notebook I put, if anything was ever happen to me, I want this journal to go to my son, Carlos Salvador Cordova III. I love you so much. And then basically, on my path and my journey to being successful and trying to touch that first $1 million, I want to like lay out all my game plan in here on how I did it, how I got there every day, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to just fill this journal out with my life, you know? And this one's yellow, so yeah, we are doing journaling, and I feel like it's good for the soul. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So I think, like having that written out and manifesting the things that you want, like reading it and seeing it and bringing it to life, and like when you look back later, it's gonna feel good to like see like this is what I really wanted. I get emotional. Look at my eyes. Not like, so like lead yourself to a better life, right? Yeah. You have to start with like small good habits, and a small good habit is journaling. Like, I started that a few months ago. I still feel lost a lot. You know, I'm human. But whenever I feel lost, like at night, I go in that journal and I write in it, and it helps me kind of just find myself that way. You know, I could just take time to unwind and say things I need to say that need to be heard, but I feel like not so much people will actually listen to but myself. So that's in my journal, so I could go back later in time and be like, damn, I was going through this rough time, but look where I'm at now. I'm doing great. I have some hard times written in that journal where like fuck, like, you know what I'm saying, nights I've cried and written in there, you know. But you know, I love to have that. It's good to have those types of things, you guys, especially just for generations of family to come. You're gonna leave your legacy behind, and I think that's cool. I think that's what's so dope about social media. No, because it's hard, you know. I've been in places where I'm like, man, my life is never gonna get better. I cannot cut. Like, you know, there's been moments where I'm like, this is just my life and it's not gonna get better. But I think just starting those small habit building is important, and it's okay to fall and get back up, you know. But sometimes it's hard, and I'm crying because, you know, I've fell down so many times, and getting back up, it's just always so hard. And I just feel grateful to be here and like feel good today, and like learning to build better habits and being healthier. Like, I'm glad to see my brother starting to get healthier too. And, it just starts with small things. Like, look, I wanted to show you, me and Gloria are working on a
and you guys
right now. I don't know if you guys heard of the 75 hard.
I've heard of that.
So that's a lot for me. I'm barely starting. I've built a lot of bad habits and I want to make better habits. So we did I created a 30 soft, because 30 days, it's a little bit easier, like building habits. But don't mind me, I use AI to make that little thing, but it's my little rules of just like minimum little things to do to make my day better. 30 days. So you start, and if you mess up one day, you have to start back on day one. So I'm still on day one. I keep missing like small things.
My gosh.
My bad thing is like, I like to eat after 9 p.m. and our rule on this, no eating after 9 p.m. And I'm like, I've messed up on accident a couple of times, and then I kind of just been slacking on walking. I've been walking like 2 miles every day, but just being mindful, like, okay, I messed up yesterday. I'm going to start over and do good today and get these things done. And even though right now it seems hard, at one point I'm going to get to those 30 days of doing that every single day and feel good because I created these habits. They say it takes 21 days to make better habits. So getting through these 30 days, even though I have to keep starting over, it'll build itself. It'll get there, So I'm excited to see what comes of that little 30 soft.
No, facts. It'll build character, and I feel like when you do stuff like this, like, it's not only helping you, which is like your main priority, right? You want to help yourself, but people are gonna be inspired by you, like especially your loved ones and your kids, right? Yeah. And that's what you want to do. You want to break the cycle, give them a better life, because I feel like, when was the last time like you really heard of parents like really caring about what they give their kids, or worried about how they look and how they feed them, right? We don't see that often, and there's people out there that do it. They watch what they give their yes,
where we grew up and the things that we were taught, breaking those habits. I'm not saying we were taught wrong, but just the area we live in, the things we're exposed to, like, that's just not the way that we were surrounded. And so to learn to break those things and give better to our kids is not always easy, because I still have to learn myself to do it for myself, to be able to do it for my kids, and that is my motivation, is my kids. Like, I don't want them to go through or feel the way that I felt, a lot of the times growing up, so that's my motivation for sure.
Yeah, no, and people for that say like their kids, they use their kids as a reason as to why they can't chase their dreams or goals, when that should be the reason why you want to chase them, right? Why you want better, why you want to go get a beautiful house, why you want a nice big SUV to put your family in, right?
Yeah. Go to Costa Rica, man. I want to go so bad.
Not have to worry about expenses like your rent, or your mortgage. Like, I want to get to that point in life. I don't want to live my whole life with anxiety, knowing that like, fuck, how am I going to pay rent this month? I'm going to pay mortgages. I don't want to live like that.
Having to check my bank account before I go and buy something or do something, like, let me make sure I can do this. Like, I don't want to have to check my bank account. Like, that's my mini goal for now, is like, I don't want to have to look like, can I afford this today? Like, should I do this? Like, I want to be able to spend money. If I want to go buy something for myself, go do it and not have to worry about, like, dang, I still have to pay for this. Like, I hate that feeling. Like, it sucks.
It's America. I don't know why, but us Americans are like just designed to be poor. You know what I'm saying? We have a poor mindset for us to take the easy way, to eat the easy things, right? And it makes us turn into something that we are not happy to be. And then we finally get to a point where we realize, like, what the hell am I doing to myself? And you got to turn your life around, right? So that's why we got to be here to do this for our kids, because, not to be mean, but our grandparents didn't do it for our parents, right? And our parents didn't do it for us. Like, you need to be watching your health. No one did that, right? Yeah. And a lot of people in our family are pre-diabetic and diabetics. You get what I'm saying? It's just like, when is it going to stop? It could stop with you, and that's what I want to do. That's what I'm trying to do here. And I look forward to doing it. And I don't want nothing to be able to like stop me from getting there. I look forward to being successful and just, I don't know, like, I have a 5-year plan, and I know it sounds crazy, but in 5 years from now,
you're supposed to have those plans, and right now, sometimes it's overwhelming for me to look that far ahead, but I have done 5-year plans, but sometimes even those 1-year plans are like New Year's resolutions. It doesn't have to mean like, oh, if you don't do this, you're wrong, but like setting those goals for yourself, that, oh, I want this for myself, and just putting it in your mind, writing it on your wall, writing it in your journal, and literally seeing it, feeling it, believing that that's what you're gonna have, because
facts. Power of the tongue. Manifest it.
And a lot of my reason too is like, my baby's about to start walking. My body was hurting, and like to walk, even get up out of bed was like, my feet hurt, like, and I'm only 34. And, I shouldn't feel that way. Like, I started realizing, like, my baby girl's about to be running around and I'm going to be hurting to chase her. That I'm way too young to be feeling that way. And I was like, if I don't do something now, I'm going to get bigger and it's going to hurt more. And just walking every day has really made a big difference in the way I feel when I get up out of bed. Like, it doesn't take me so long. Like, I could, walk, even walking to the bathroom, that shit hurt. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, okay, there's a problem. Like, even consuming alcohol, like the bloatingness, like all that stuff, you got to cut it off. It doesn't, you have to, and I need to be able to be functioning and mobile for my daughter.
Yes.
I'm about to have to chase her around pretty soon.
I talked to a guy yesterday at the store, and he said in the mornings that, like, when you're talking about, like, that type of shit made me think about it. He said that, like, in the mornings when you wake up with, like, bloatedness, like, go outside for 30 minutes, let the sun hit you. Right when you wake up, go outside, let the sun hit you. You need that. Yeah. And then for the first, I forgot how many hours, I have it on camera, I have the video of it. He said not to eat anything brown, like bread, nothing like that. Yeah. Go outside, get the sun, and then no sugars. Yeah, eat some natural shit, and you're gonna feel good. It's gonna make you feel better, and you're not gonna feel bloated.
I'm trying to not start putting on my phone. That's my biggest thing. Is like I wake up and I hop on my phone, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's like brain rot. Like I'm taking in the wrong stuff.
I mean, it depends on what you're taking in, because you could go on your phone for an hour and listen to a self-betterment podcast, or like search how. Like me the other day, I sent it to Mariah, understanding how money works. All right. So in order to reach the point of success, you really need to understand how money works. There's a certain way that it works, and a lot of Americans don't know how it works, and I don't know how it works.
I wasn't taught any of that. Like,
so yeah,
I turned 18 and got into debt real quick. Like just. And I'm still working on fixing it, and I'm like, I already said my age, I'm not saying it again. It takes a long time to fix, and they kind of set us up for failure from a young age, unless you're taught how to manage your money and save. And I wasn't taught any of that. We're not taught that in school. I don't know if they do it now, because my son's barely going into 7th grade, but it should be something that they're teaching us, like how to do savings, how to manage your money, like what to not waste your money on. Because me, I was just blowing my money. I was working 2 jobs, and it just came and went, and I have nothing to show for all that work that I did, all my whole life. And so it's like we're just spending and not saving, and trying to learn this along the way. And now, like, getting to middle age, it's like, well, I'm not that old, but like getting to these, growing up, and I'm struggling now to figure out how to manage things, when I wish someone had taught me when I was younger, for sure.
Yeah, no, a lot of that is not there, and that's what I look forward to doing, is to teach my kids, and just the right way to do things, teach them, like, how to actually build a success plan for themselves, right? Like, you need to find something that you love to do, and as young as you can, as young as possible, find something you love to do and practice it every single day, whether it's baseball, whether you want to be a doctor. You guys know this already, though, social media. What?
Grandpa told me, because how it took me forever to get through school. Grandpa's like, dang, you could have been a doctor already by now. I'm like, dang, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do.
Facts. Yeah, no, I feel that.
It's not a race. It's not a race, So.
Speaking of that, let's talk about that. There's it's about the compass and the clock. The compass was, have you heard this? The compass was built before the clock, because it was more important about getting to where you're going rather than how long it took. So the compass was here before the clock.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I actually was coloring today, and I was coloring a compass. Let's see. I like to color. I keep my coloring books. All kinds of on my seaside.
Is coloring good for, like, your mental health and stuff like that?
I like it. It makes me feel good. It's just relaxing for me. Like, I was actually coloring a compass today. That's funny.
Yeah, no, the compass. Yeah, I think I found that pretty cool.
That a lot, because one of my friends talks about a lot too, how, like, time is a man-made concept. And we only have so much time, but also it's like that's your time, and like you have to use it to the best of your ability. And you're not racing against anyone but yourself. You're your own enemy, and just doing things every day that make you feel good about yourself. Like, even if it's just coloring, like, coloring makes me feel good, and if that's all I accomplish for the day, then I'm okay with that.
If you really think about it too, like, time is a man-made thing, right? It's really a man-made thing. Like, what if time is not even real? Months are even real, right? And we're just here and we just grow old. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing as January, February, March, April. It's just made up. So that way you have a sense of life and don't get lost. You don't get lost of like time, right? Keeping track of time, it's important to do. But if you think about it, it's just something that's made up. And it makes people feel like if you get to a certain age, like say me, I'm 32. Oh, I shouldn't be allowed to chase my dreams no more because I'm old. No, I'm not even trying to say like that sounds bad. I'm old. I'm not old. I'm still young. I feel young. But like people have this
time left
engraved in their brain, right? Like say for instance, someone wants to be an artist, right? Sing, make music. You're 32, but like you feel like, oh, I'm too old to get into this because people might think like, oh, look at him, he's too old to do this, like blah, blah, blah. That's something that people put in their heads to reflect on themselves to make them feel better about themselves because they feel that way about themselves. Do what you love to do, you know?
Like,
it's important.
Frame, like, oh, by this time you should be married, you should have this kind of job.
It's not true.
This kind of money. Like, that's not the truth.
It's all man-made up ideas of what people like think how it should be when it's not even like that.
And like I mean, listen, when I was working out with outreach, a lot of the unhoused, I would ask them about their concept of time. Like, how did time go fast for you, or does it feel like it's slow? And they all kind of said, because they're not focused on the concept of time, they're kind of just living day to day, not living right, you know, but they're just going on about their day. And they said it just goes by. Like, they don't even think about the concept of time. It just goes by, and next thing you know, 5 years fly by and you're just living, you know. But imagine that, like, just like not worrying about that and doing all the things that you want to do in a good lifestyle, not living in the streets, you know. But imagine if you just live your life fulfilling the things that you want, doing the things that will benefit you, and not worrying about, oh, I need to do this in the next 6 months, you know. Like, that kind of throws us off, and I think it kind of ruins things for us because we set these time frames for ourselves, and then it kind of like makes you, I don't know what the right word is, like fall off because
you feel unmotivated.
About time. Yeah, you're worried about the time when really there's plenty of time. You know, life is short, but also you have time. Like, you could do the things that you want to do in the time that we have left. I feel young. Like, I feel like I'm in my prime. Like, make better decisions. Like, I feel like the next 30 years are going to feel better because, you know, as we get older, our mindsets change. Like, in my 20s, I never thought I'd feel like this in my 30s. Like, I feel better now in my 30s than I did in my 20s, for sure.
Yeah, I think a prime is like a self-preference of when you choose when you feel best in life, when you finally feel like you made that shift and you're living good and you feel good about yourself. And some of us never get to do that. Some of us end up dying just being not ever thinking to like change our life. Yeah, so I don't want that to happen. I don't want to die thinking that I never tried to be a millionaire, right? Like, my plan in my head, I'm so fucking delusional that I want to be a millionaire. Like, 5 years from now, like, I imagine myself fucking on a beach house. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but it's just like I'm super serious when it comes to trying to be successful and trying to reach my goals, and I know I will reach them. And I know that I probably come off as annoying and irritating at times when it's like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this. But it's like, okay, I am gonna get it.
It's manifestation.
And if people see it and they don't like it, I just feel like maybe, maybe you don't want something for yourself. You should have a lot of self-love for yourself and feel good about yourself and want these things, right? You should want millions of dollars. And like I was just saying this, it's okay to work a job. We all need to go to work. We all need to make that money to pay the bills, right? But you should be thinking beyond that job, okay? You should be thinking of passive income. How can I make money to make itself, right? Because trading, how would I say, trading an hourly wage for your work, it's almost as if like it's a slave thing, right? It's the lowest form of receiving money and being compensated when there's so many other ways, but we just have to go educate ourselves. And the internet has all that education for us. It's just up to you to deep dive.
Yeah, like, we have access
the internet
to so much, like, and to be working for someone else and making money for them, it just doesn't seem like something I want to spend my life doing. I want to find something else that makes me happy, that makes my kids happy. When I was working 12 to 14-hour shifts. I was away from my son. His grades were going down, and I was happy because we had money, but I was losing that time and like that relationship I had with him, and he was struggling without me being home, and I'm making someone else money, you know, and I'm doing work that I love. Don't get me wrong, like helping the community, but there has to be a balance, and I wasn't finding that, and I don't know what's next, but I know that it's going to be something that's going to be peaceful for me and my kids that makes us all happy, for sure. there was a quote that I was looking for. I seen yesterday, and I thought I saved it. And it said something like, if they're talking about you, it's because they're, I can't remember the right word.
It's all right, take your time.
If they're talking about you, it's because they're intimidated by you or something. Like, I gotta find it, but it was a good one. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, people don't, like you said, people don't want to take that step to try to do things like this. Like, people like look at it and they're like, oh my gosh, look at them trying to content create. But it's like, I love the camera. Okay, catch me on camera, on talking and yapping. I could do this. I could do this all day. You know, and maybe it is annoying to some people, but like I said, you could keep scrolling or you could watch and listen to what we got to say. You know, but it's not for everyone, and that's okay. But I really don't care what people have to say, honestly.
Yeah, no, I feel like social media is something that people are starting to take more serious, and if you're not, you should be, because social media is a way to build a brand, right? Build a brand for yourself and put yourself out there. And why wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, there is some people out there that don't want to do that. There's other excellent ways to become wealthy out here, right? But this is something that I found that I love to do and built a passion for. But if you look at people like, there's creators like Gary Vee, right? And like Casey Neistat, I don't know if any of you guys really know who they are, but they content create and it changed their life, you know? And they advise you upload 3 videos a day, a couple videos a day, because you never know where it might take you, right? So
whose hands is gonna land in.
Exactly. You know, if you have a good personality, show it. Show the world.
Yeah.
You know?
I think one of my biggest fears was like my mistakes that I made in the past. Like, I'm like scared to put myself out there, and I'm like in my head thinking people are talking about me like, well, she did this and she did that. Yeah, I did those things. I sure the hell did. But I think everyone has the space to grow, and if we're not growing and changing constantly, then there's something wrong, you know? And insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And if you don't start making those small changes to be different or like grow, then you're gonna stay stuck in the same mindset, the same place. And yeah, I've made mistakes and I've hurt people and I've done a lot of things wrong, but that doesn't take away from the person that I am that's good. And even though I've done messed up things, doesn't mean that I can't still be here and share the knowledge that I do carry and the feelings that I do have. Like, I think that was my biggest thing, is like worried about people talking about me. But
yeah, what they think. But
I'm here to listen. Tell me.
Yeah, people's opinions are not gonna benefit you. You know what I'm saying? People's opinions are basically just self-reflections of themselves. You know, and if you let that affect you, you're gonna be stuck in the same place as they are. Okay, so, and this is only, I'm talking about people that are just very just like negative. Okay, this is not everybody. If you're a positive person, I love it, but don't be a negative Nancy, you know, because like it just ain't gonna get you nowhere. And I don't
get some sunshine, touch some grass,
get
out in the bushes making videos. You know?
Cielo will probably be here within the next 10 minutes with the kids. And
well, we got a good little, we did podcast. Help us come up with a name, you guys, though, and we're siblings. That's my brother.
We'll come up with something.
But help us out with some names.
But you see, you got the feel for it. It really ain't hard. You could do this and literally just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Upload to YouTube. Do it once a day.
Well, we gotta edit a little bit because there's some stuff I'd like to take out. But you know, overall, it was
cool, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I need you to stay here and edit now because I need to upload this. All right. So thank you for watching, you guys. We're gonna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is our test run.
Test run.
Talk to you guys and for you guys to get to know us a little bit. And this was a conversation we had kind of started before we started recording. So it was just like topics that we were already on. But yeah, we'll just kind of go with the flow and yap, and you can get to know us.
Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe. Comments, show some love. Thank you.
Yes,
bye.
Bye.